37, and now you're down to 5 bigs, 4 bigs. 4 bigs, guys. He is down to 4 big blinds, and he's going to win. He's going to fucking win the tournament, spin it up off 4 bigs. Shit is crazy. So is that the one that bursted? Okay, so we're on the final table. Yeah, all right, so...
That's awesome.
We'll give LeBron a break, and let's take care of this final table and see how to run it up.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we start with 4 blinds. So basic strategy coming in the final table with 4 blinds is to play pretty tight, right? Your goal at this point would be to ladder up if possible, because you know you're gonna win, but the average person in this spot is not thinking about first place when they come in 9 of 9, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like second hand I double up, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, we can't fold queen 9 suited. We see there's a ton of chips in the middle. There's already 51K. We're going to put in 33. Yeah. And we're not even just playing for the 84 because there's another 20 coming from him, right?
Yeah, and the times that you could possibly fold queen 9 suited here is if other stacks had a similar stack to you or a lesser stack. Then you could think about folding. But in this exact spot, considering we're shorter than everybody by a decent margin, there's just no point in trying to wait it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I totally posted the wrong link. Bam. All right, fixed. So yeah, if we look at it, we get all in. We put in 33K to play for 106. So, we could almost get in with any hand there, but queen 9 suited is way above average. We got way more than a good enough price there. So nice double up there. Still don't have a big stack though. Still got like 9 big blinds or so, 8 big blinds actually, which is shortest stack on the table, so laddering is still a good thing, and obviously you said your game plan was to just ladder up to first place, which you subsequently managed to. It's always a good game plan, always a good intention to set, one that's realistic. Okay, so this is definitely a shove it folded to with ace 9. I'm going to guess that you still pile it in over the open because it's the big stack and he's opening Todd, no?
Nah, I don't think it's too great.
How wide do you think this guy's? I mean, it's good stacks to steal from. He's got all the chips.
He's definitely super wide. But even though I am in last place, I don't have much less. Insta Justice, Colonel Forbin, and 6-8 Scissors aren't that far ahead of me. So being tight in this spot is actually really important, I think.
Damn, this is like the spot I had on Sunday too, where I thought I made a bad fold, and half the people are telling me.
This is I think calling here is actually oh,
I'd be shoving, shove or fold. I'm not.
Well, that's what I mean. He's gonna call obviously. He's not gonna fold, but he might fold keep the stacks equal. But a lot of people don't even think about that kind of stuff. But in this kind of spot, I think I'm kind of tempted to run it through hold him resources right now. But I'm very confident it's a losing play by far.
Yeah. Okay. Good discipline fold. Gotta be a ninja with that short stack. Take the open shoves. Be super selective with the reshoves. Make sure you're getting really good pot odds so you have really good fold equity. And we're free rolling a little pay jump equity. 6s against queens. Nope. But I'm gonna guess that actually I'm not gonna make any assumptions about which player is better and whether or not that was a good outcome. I'm just going to see that. Oh, you're free rolling another potential pay jump. Aces, no good, bro. Oh, I remember that. That hand was pain.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying. He had the aces. Wasn't enough. All right, so at this point, we're guaranteed how much for 8th place?
Let me check my phone real quick. 8th place is 1365.
1365. I'm actually curious with ace 9. I think we should run a calc later. If we know we have no fold equity, just how wide he has to be opening for ace 9 to be a profitable get-in with no fold equity.
Yeah, with ICM, it's so tight. I think ace 10 is actually really close.
I'm curious about the chip EV too.
Oh, chip EV, it's a snap get-in against that guy's range, but ICM wise, I don't think it is.
Okay, cool. Because I was curious if it was even profitable chip EV, but. If you say yes, I feel good. So, King 2 suited, you're getting really good odds here, 5.8 to 1. I'd imagine you don't want to speculate because you're too short. ICM stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I used to always just feel there, but I don't think it's going to be too great. we're gonna like on diamond draw just to get it in on like any king high board. We just unless it goes bet raise on their spots. Like I'm just gonna have to get it in, and like I'm not really loving that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we.
I used to always get it in there.
Yeah.
Not get it in. I mean flat.
So we pass on variance there with king 2 suited, which I think is good on final tables.
Yeah.
Good thing to do. Just stay out of harm's way and let the other people just go ahead and make you some money.
Exactly.
And take your nuttiest of nutty spots. Jack 7 suited not being one of them. Alright, and Magikarp tries to make you some money. Didn't make no money. God damn.
Magikarp, man, that guy. It was so funny.
How does he blow it? I guess we'll find out, but
yeah.
Oh damn! I thought we had Jamie Rosenthal on the rail because there's a guy named Chronic 420 and Jamie was the Chronic 420, but he's just Chronic 420. So we got Jax. This is good enough hand to get in, right? That's a little bit better than Ace.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Close though, right? Shit, you got ISO'd. Please be tens or ace king. I remember that run out.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was sweet. And this one in the chat's, dude, you just run so good, man. Yeah, must be a lucky player.
Must be
a lucky player. And we got a chance to free roll some equities, some pay jumps. Nope. This is the point where no one wanted to bust, but actually, we probably should have paused for a second talking about how when you double up with the jacks, how your position changes. You now jump up to like 5th, kind of middle of the field.
Something like that. That just means you play even tighter.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Fernandes. He says, so far the best twitching and true knowledge of poker and leveling the game. That's what we seek to deliver at the Grips Poker Stream. We're the stream that you come to if you want to win the maximum from your game. You might not have the most fun. We try to keep it like pretty fun, but our primary goal is profits first, pleasure later. Yeah. It's a lot. Sorry.
I do want to apologize. Like if I'm like going like too into depth and like saying things that people like aren't 100% sure what I'm saying, because like I want to help you guys get better. I don't want to just like say a lot of words that like sound good and like don't mean anything for you. You know?
Yeah. It's also. I mean, the thing with that stuff is, like, the words that people don't get, they just kind of, it'll be like they didn't even hear them. They'll hear what matters and they'll get value from the stuff that confuses them. It just, like, it'll get filtered out by the RAS, so it's totally fine. And what I was trying to say is that if you focus on profit first, it's a lot easier to get more pleasure later because you can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have the order right. If you focus on pleasure first before profit, you'll have a great time. You'll have lots of good stories to tell your buddies, but... you might end up busto or not too successful. So I think the order of operations, we got our PEDMIS or a PEMDAS correct.
I got a fun hand coming up.
Not the 5s that you open shoved, because that was just...
Well, or actually open fold a hand that I think a lot of people wouldn't.
Is it 7s?
Yeah.
Man, there's so many spots here that are just exactly like Sunday.
Yeah, like this spot is actually a fold here. I ran it through Hold'em Resources while I was playing.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 9s plus that I'm supposed to shove here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like if you look at all the stacks, we're all like pretty close, other than Magikarp has a lot more. But considering I'm so close to everybody else, like, and with one big stack we just dominate the whole table it's supposed to be. Like you just gotta play super tight, and 7s is a fold under the gun here. If I was like in the hijack, it's a snap shove. Mid position, it's really close. I think it's probably gonna be a shove, but under the gun, it's gonna be a fold.
Yeah, and how many big blinds would you have to have for this to be a shove? Like if you have 10 blinds, are you shoving? If you have 8 blinds, are you shoving?
So if I had 10, I would have 150K. It would be a shove. It would be a shove.
Okay, cool. Wow, I see we got heaps of notifications on Twitter. Thank you guys for getting the word out there. And,
yeah, thanks everybody.
It does help a lot. It does help a lot. You may think it's just one click. It goes a long way because, that whole viral effect.
Yeah.
So no defense. So earlier in the tournament, you probably would have defended with 8-7 here, but because of the final table, and he had you covered.
it pained me to fold this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's probably a losing feel. Because ICM, final table, we want to ladder up. Even losing 15K is like still a relevant amount for us right now. And then like if we follow a pair, we have to peel at least once. Like we can lose a lot in this hand, and it's like hard to win a lot. So like in these kind of spots when ICM is so big, you just want to stay out of the way.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what ICM is, it stands for Independent Chip Modeling. If you want to learn more about it, just type icm.poker in the chat, which will link you to a page with the program that pretty much will tell you absolutely everything about it, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're talking about how you're going to get committed to a marginal situation where you're supposed to defend enough, you're supposed to continue because you're getting good odds, but not because you have the best hand most of the time, and that's why you're just like, I don't need to peel this in this spot.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not worth it, like real money wise and like ICM wise, obviously.
Yeah, and for the guys asking, yes, this is really Butters on the table. Yeah. he was streaming at the same time, so we railed that a little bit.
I didn't even know about that. I would have pulled it up while I was playing.
I had it up. I was railing. What did he get in the main event? Did he get like 14th or somewhere in the final two tables? He had a good summer.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know about that.
Butters. I think he got wrecked with aces.
That's unfortunate.
That might be wrong. So same thing with the Queen 9 here. Under normal circumstances, you're probably defending.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
4-1 and shallow stacks. Yeah. No, not exclamation mark ICM poker. ICM dot poker. We're changing the game here, boys. No more exclamation marks, just periods. Period. End of statement. All right, 9-7 suited, shovies.
Yeah.
Ones. Oh. Welcome to the team, Grips, Mr. Dag, though. Hope you're ready to stack some chips. As a new sub, you will have access to this replay and all other replays of hand histories we've done, so enjoy that knowledge. Soak it all up, homie. Look forward to a profitable, plentiful future coming soon. So, King Jack. We're going to shove, right?
Where are we at? Let's see.
We're going to shove on Magic Carp. He's stealing a lot. It's a great spot. I
don't think it's that great of a spot. It's not like a great hand to do it with in general. And like, we're still so close to everybody else. And Colonel Forbin has less than us now that I think just playing tight is the way to go.
Really? I mean, I guess if you put in 215, like he's getting... How, like, you don't think he's opening, like, any suited face card here? In this spot? It's such a good spot for him to open wide.
I think before he did, but, like, now that he's lost, like, almost half his stack, I feel like he should... I don't know if he will, but I expect him to at least slightly tighten up, which makes my King Jack chair even worse then.
Yeah. Alright, good discipline. Good discipline. Respecting the final table. In the moment, I'd probably fold too, because I'm like, dude, he's opening the hijack. Too many players. And I can just wait for Ace King the next hand. Get it in gravy, baby.
That's how it's done.
Get it in gravy, baby. All right, so we're down to 7. Guaranteed how much dollars? How much dinero?
I think it was like $1,365.
$1,365. Not bad. 4-figure profit.
Yeah.
Looking for that 5, though. It's all about going for that 5-figure profit, for sure.
For sure.
So Magic Card moves in. Is that the hand? 8-5?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
You like to check back on the flop?
I hadn't even gotten to that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could probably bet, but I think it's close.
Yeah, I was totally tempted to bet, and I was kind of confused why he didn't just lead the flop.
Yeah.
I expected this guy would just lead like 100% of range.
Yeah.
So like, I expected that he would just maybe check with like a 6 or something, that has like decent amount of showdown value. So I thought I could just get value from those hands later on.
Yeah, true. And we gotta raise you to the team. Welcome aboard, buddy. Enjoy that knowledge.
Aboard.
Happy stacking. So you thought that he would lead all his bluffs, and when he checked this flop, that he probably had some piece. So just to play it safe, pot control. I mean, you do have a good stack, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Call and river.
River was a blank and he checked, and I was so tempted to value this, but I just checked back.
Yeah. I think against a super straightforward guy who, will check call with worse, that's fine. But against someone who may be a little erratic and may be capable of just putting you in the cage with the check raise river bluff, that checking back is fine. I mean, like, the pot's already big enough. A lot of stuff in tournaments when you're on the FT is like, let's just get on to the next hand. I like my chip position. I'll take it a little bit better. On to the next hand. You don't need to sneak everything. Oh, we got another guy. Subtrain. We got 3 in the subtrain now. Profi X007. Welcome aboard, guys. Let's get some sub hype in the chat for Profi 007. Man, we might even get enough subs today to get ourselves some new emotes.
How many more do you need?
I don't know. Sid knows. We'll figure it out. I think most people want the grips tits to be the next emote.
Wait, I thought you were gonna have a Charlie one. No?
I have a list of 25 that I'd like, but that's changed over the last last 6 months. So Kings. Let's talk about Kings. Do we want to slow play? I think it's pretty dreamy spot to flat with the stacks behind.
Yeah, I think it's okay, but the problem is I don't really expect Nutso or the other guy to shove too light at all anyway. So I feel like a lot of hands are going to shove our hands that might cold call my jam anyway. Right. So I just went with the jam.
Okay.
And I also don't think This is going to be opening too wide with Magic Carp to his left and him only having like 17 bigs. So I thought I would get called a decent amount of time there.
What about making it like 7-7-7-7-7?
I don't really see the point of it. I think it's like counterproductive almost.
Okay.
Because like I think it's like kind of like puts your hand almost face up in a way, and like you give him a really good you give him a correct price to peel, so he's not making a mistake if he peels your 3-bet. So like then you're just almost burning money, I think.
Yeah. True. Alright, on to the next one. This is a heads up, guys. We will be waiting till the review is done to take questions from the chat. So just hold on to them. I do see there are some funny ones there, but we'll wait. So you have a limit Queen 10. Oh wow, you're like you just like became a big stack like so quickly.
Yeah.
If you were short, you'd open fold this, right?
For sure. Okay,
so this is more just wanting to play hands now that we have some chips to do so, but not wanting to get over committed, over involved.
Yeah.
With them. Okay. Now we got kings again.
Yeah, I tried to do the same thing I did with Queen 10 a second ago, just limp because they just saw me limp fold. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna continue that, and I just limped the kings.
Yeah, I like it. Unlucky that no one else woke up with a hand, but I like it. I like that your limping range doesn't just consist of aces. It's good to have some other hands in there. Alright, 5-2. Easy fold. Blinds are pretty big. Let's pause for a second and look. So at the 25k big blind, what are stacks? We have 20 bigs and we're basically tied for first.
Yeah.
Magic Carp has 18. The biggest stack has 24 bigs. Actually 23, not much. And the short stacks have like 8, 8, and 16. So everyone's really shallow at this point. How does that affect your strategy?
I mostly result to an open limping range pretty much, where I just open limp a lot. Any hand I want to play pretty much, because like the 8 big blind stacks are just gonna jam anyway if they want to play, and I can fold to those now if I open limp some hands, and then I'm obviously gonna call the same range, and I get to play more post flop with these guys as well. Papa Shango said the Queen 10 open limp plays poor. I strongly disagree. I assume you just say that because you only think like the standard raise or fold thing is the way to play. But
Ali,
what's up?
Don't feed the trolls.
Okay.
That's their food. Is responses from us. Don't feed them.
Okay.
Keep them hungry. Let's talk about this shove.
What hand are you on?
Jack 10.
All right.
I would not have made this shove. This is a big one. This is a swing pot here.
Yeah, I think in this spot, it's much better to shove here than the shove with King Jack that we were talking about earlier.
Why do you think so?
Because like he has to be so tight to call off here, with us two being two of the biggest stacks here, and with every other stack being shorter. And I assume he's still opening wide. You know, he seems like a pretty loose player. So like, I think just shoving a lot of hands on this guy in this spot, it looks so like he just can't call. Like it's really hard to call with too many hands in this spot. I think it's just a really profitable play.
So in the earlier spot, he could have easily afforded to call you off. So
Yeah.
you didn't think he was going to fold that much. Whereas now you're threatening his entire tournament, so he has to call you with very, very few hands. So you're getting way more folds, which is why you much prefer this spot with Jack 10 to King Jack, because it's not about your cards. It's about how often the move is going to get through.
Exactly.
And the move is going to get through a lot here. Okay. Alright. So we're limping.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just having a limp only strategy right now, I think.
And oh yeah, I remember this hand when I said you probably had a gut shot, and that's what you did. So flop, we bet small. We're keeping his range super wide. He can float with like any pair, any draw, any over. Basically, he started the hand with 100% range when we limped in. Minus, you can shave off probably the top 10 because he would have raised those. So he's got like the bottom 90, and then when he check calls flop, he still has like 90 or like 11 to like 80. So he's super wide, and then we just blow him off all that on the turn.
Yeah, by a big turn bet.
Even a 5's probably going to fold to this bet.
Maybe. It's I wasn't really targeting a 5 for like a 5 is definitely folding river. So like I wasn't just gonna give up on this turn bet. So I was gonna fight one more for sure.
Yeah. The guy says ICM suicide is what the other guy would have been committing if he called off. ICM suicide's only when you call off, boys. When you're pushing.
Exactly.
You're putting them to the test. See, that's an example of knowing the words and saying them because you think you know the words and you want to sound cool when you say them. But if you actually don't understand what it means, you shouldn't be using the advanced words. Keep it simple. I won't say what the last S in KISS stands for, but yeah, keep it simple. Don't try to don't try to play in bigger leagues than you need to. Don't try to play more advanced. Like, yeah. Get the basics right before you move into the advanced stuff. Is the really key thing for poker development. I find people want to jump ahead. I want to jump ahead. Like, no, you gotta get the basics right.
Yeah, it's really important. Okay, so next hand we play is the one against Nutso. So he'll be able to see what we had in this hand.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious what he had actually.
Hold on, I gotta get there.
No, it's like in two hands.
So it's after Magikarp loses, right?
Yeah.
So Magikarp got 2-outed, which was unfortunate. This hand.
Yeah, this is the hand. I think this is the hand he was wondering about. I'm curious what he had as well, but yeah.
This hand is awesome. This hand is so funny. Yeah, not so. What did you have here? The reason. It's like, I mean, you could say whatever you want. I think it'll be lost on 75% of people because it just seems so crazy. But
I think it's like, it's a play that just I don't see how it's not going to work. A lot of if he has a 5, then I guess it's going to work. But I still expect that's slightly bigger with a 5 most of the time. So it's just a play that's just going to work so often that it it's tough for this play to be bad. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, calling is very standard here once I check twice, but I thought that shoving this in this spot was just, it's hard for him to have a good ace because he would just jam over my limp because I've been limping a lot, so it's not like my limping range is super strong anyway. So, when he bets this size, it looks like a 9, like a 9 would play this, exactly like this, and bet this size. So, I expect myself to be beat a decent amount of time, and good occasionally, but not very often. So I thought shoving would be the most profitable play to win this hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He had 8-9. Yeah, see, I figured a 9 is what makes sense a lot.
Wow, see how you just can't call.
Yeah, you just can't call. That's why the play works so well.
Savage, what is the worst hand you would call with here? Because we were trying to figure out on the rail, if we didn't think you could call with an ace, we were curious if you'd call with a 5.
Probably I think you'd call with 5.
I'm kind of curious what the worst hand he would call with is. Don't worry, guys, we won. Dude, you're such an idiot. Why are you doing that? Because he knows what he's doing. King 8's the limp. Okay, I gotta widen my limping range.
It's just kind of a stack size thing as well.
It's also just because you have all the chips, you want to play more pots, right? You really want to widen how many hands you get involved with because you have so much extra fold equity from the independent chip modeling pressure.
Correct.
Pay jump stuff, guys. All right, so ace queen, you limp and you call off.
Yeah.
Nice sneaky trap. This used to be the play from way back in the day, where if you had a hand that you wanted to get all in with, but people didn't have stacks that they'd reshove wide with, you just open limp, so that they would just open shove all the hands they would open shove anyway and pretend your limp just didn't exist. Whereas if you'd min raise, they would have folded a ton of those hands. I think players are a little better now, but it still works. Like, if you min raise, not so probably would have put it in anyway, so I don't think you get a ton more action from those hands. But, like, you know, if he has ace 2 off, weaker players will spew there.
Yeah, and even if I don't get a shove, that's still fine with me, because, like, if the big blind has, like, queen 4 off or something, and it comes to queen high, I could very easily just stack the big blind, you know? Like, that's also, like, a benefit to just looking this in.
Yeah. All right, so we're down to 5. How much moolah we got at this point?
Let me check. I think it's like 3K. Let's see. Yeah, $3,003.
$3,003. Not too shabby.
Wait, actually, I might be wrong. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, $3,003.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, you have the chip lead. You have 1 million, which is good for 42 blinds. Second place has 35 blinds. And then the short stacks each have 8 to 12 blinds. What kind of adjustments can we be expecting for this short-handed, high-stakes stage of the tournament?
Like, at this point, I just assumed that I was gonna pretty much do what what's that one guy's name? Magikarp, the guy who was on my right, who was just playing a lot of hands. So I was gonna do something very similar, but. And just try to dominate the table, because I'm just a Nith, Butters, and 6B Scissor Me just can't do much because they're all like equal stacks, and Instant Justice can't do much either because he's second in chips. So him possibly busting to me before any of these players is just ICM suicide for him. Mm-hmm. So it's just a spot where I can just really take over the table and just do whatever I want.
Cool, but you will not be opening 4-3 suited.
Yeah, you know, I'm a little disciplined.
Yeah. And just throwing it out there, I know we got a lot of people up in the place. If you guys are enjoying this hand history review, and if you want to gain more knowledge in 2015 and 2016, don't be shy. Go ahead, click that big purple follow button below the stream. We do intend to do a lot more of these hand history reviews, and I also stream high-stakes tournaments every Sunday. So if you want to watch live play, those are on Sunday. And, yeah, you definitely don't want to miss the action. So deuces, well, things could have got interesting, but Butters just went all in, so...
Next hand's interesting, though. No, kind of. It's not that interesting.
All right, King 6. What's his stack now? Oh, nice. He's one of the middle stacks now, so you can put a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, he just can't do anything.
He peels, and you're like, all right, then I'll just bluff you out on the flop. And he's like, no, I'm hanging out. You're like, all right, I'll bluff you out on the turn. Oh, no, you didn't. You let him have one. You thought the turn card was just a little too strong for his range once he's committed. Yeah.
My range is just so wide, and, like... On that card is just so bad for me. Just like, okay, I can't win it here. I'm gonna respect his range here and let it go and still have a good stack to keep applying pressure with.
Yeah, you do have to know when it's time to wave the white flag. That's the thing. You can play really maniacal and it'll be really successful so long as you know when to stop. Because if you don't stop, you drive into the brick wall every time and you get totaled. Incoming follow train. All right, open limp King 8. You got a purr. A pair. Talk about the flop bet instead of checking the flop.
Let's see. King 8. Okay, yeah. So this is like one of those spots where if I was against one player, I'd be okay with checking. But being against two players, there are a lot of bad turn cards for me that I think betting is the way to go.
Yeah. Okay. So we bet. That is not a bad turn card for us.
Not at all.
Interesting overbet.
Yeah, because I did the same thing earlier with he didn't see my hand, but like I've done stuff like this already that I thought if he had a jack, he still wasn't gonna fold. If he had like a decent flush draw, he wasn't gonna fold. Yeah. So I thought it was a good spot to go for.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Personally, I think with your actual hand, I like a smaller bet, and with a worse hand, I like a bigger bet. But you know, you play GTO, you're balanced. It's cool. Queen Jack, is this a spot that you're going to attack?
Probably. Let's see what happens.
Attacking with a flat call. I like it. Keeping stacks deeper, giving more room to make moves post-flop. And no move.
Yeah. Okay. I was just going to let... On that board, I just can't really rep much.
Too hard to rep anything? Yeah. Alright, so we got a 4 big blind shove. Easy call with King Jack. Pretty live. He had ace-6. We win the 60-40 down to 4.
Yeah.
Down to 4 players. Guaranteed how much money now?
I think it's like 30 something. Let's see. It's actually 4K.
4K. So we got $4,000 locked up. $8,000 to go. And take this, Butters. Oh, you had a flush draw here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The bet's perfect with a flush draw. You give yourself an amazing price, plus you, like, if he check raises, you can even probably call it because you're deep enough. And if he calls, you just know your 2 barrels working, like, every time.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
That's great. Nice hand, nice one. All right, 8-3 suited. You get the walk. Justin Timberlake. Pile it in. You get looked up by Mr. Scissors, who has ace-6. Unlucky, bro. Super unlucky. Back to the stealing. Let's make all our chips back in 3 hands. Oh, this is when you just took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually was really happy to lose that hand.
Because 6-8 doubled up so that there's more ICM pressure on everyone?
I was rooting for him to win that hand, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, can you explain why? Because they're about to watch it play out, but they might be confused as to why we're suddenly just in there with everything. By the way, Komodo Dragon Jesus, thanks for the host. We appreciate it. Guys, I hope you enjoy tournaments because that's what we're reviewing. We're showing you guys how to win $13,000 playing MTTs, taking your cash game skills to the tournament streets. But okay, the spot it's right here. Jack 10. Okay, so we start the hand with 1.2 mil. This guy's 160. This guy's 8. This guy has 466. We shove and we lose, and Ali's happy about it. Why? Yeah. Why would Ali be happy about it?
If we win, we're up to like 1.4 mil. If we lose, we're at a mil, and that doesn't really matter to us as much. While 6B Scissor Me and Butters having the same stack, it helps us a lot. Because them being so close to each other, they don't want to bust before one another, so they just have to play tight. And with Instant Justice being second in chips, once again, he has to play tight as well because he wants to outlast them. So then I can just like open like 100% of hands now.
And that, my friends, is what ICM actually means. So,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure I do open like 100% hands.
You do. You go crazy, and it's hilarious because you make so many more chips than the ones you lost. And when the guy tries to open, you're like, nah, dude. You want to play for all of it? No. Just sit back, relax, and take second place. I'm running away with this one.
Exactly.
Pile, peace out. Raise. When you have a good enough hand, though, you want to see a flop, so you limp in. Do you call this massive raise, or do you just,
What hand are you in?
King 9 suited.
Oh, let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, I actually had a good hand, so I wanted to play.
Yeah, he didn't want to raise and risk getting jammed on. So he limped in so you could see the flop cheap. You check back. You don't even pay him off. Nice. I think he almost certainly had an ace here, taking this line.
Yeah, or like queens or something.
Great comment from the rail. Holy crap, listening to you guys makes me realize how bad I am. Just keep watching, man. Just keep watching. Hit the follow button. If you really want to get serious, hit the subscribe button so you have access to archives. But just keep watching the stream or watch my YouTube channel. Dude, you can get there. You can get there.
Also, the King 9 hand, where I don't call, he bet what, 125K in the river?
Half pot, yeah.
Yeah, so like that 125K, instead of like calling in a very marginal spot like this, I can just continue to raise every hand and make 125K in 2 hands. That and like it's gonna be so much more profitable to do that than to try to hero call here with a 9.
Yeah. Let's see if it's true. Can he make it back in 2 hands? Well, there's one, and here. Well, you're definitely not gonna lose with an ace.
Yeah.
Did you just rip it here?
Yeah, I just ripped it.
Yeah, because Insta Justice just can't, like, he can't call. Yeah, if he just folds, he's gonna make 9K by getting second. But if he calls here and then Butters folds, like, he's just throwing away thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and he has no reason to trap me because he knows I'm at 3-bet anyway. So like, if he wanted to, if he had a real strong hand, he would still raise.
Yeah. So there you got. Oh wait, I didn't show you actually raking in the chips. There we go. Got the chips. That and more. 9 deuce. Let's steal. And actually, just something interesting about this hand, because it'd be like, why go all in when you could, risk 65k and get the same amount? If we raise small, Scissors can put us all in, and now he's playing the ICM game, because the ICM punishment is that you don't want to call off without a super strong hand. So if we just min raise, we let him put us to the ICM test, but by jamming, we put him to the test where he's like, well, I don't want to call off with ace-2 if I can just make money by waiting. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why at this point we just go with shoving instead of raising small.
Yeah.
But with ace king we want to see a flop, so we'll go smaller, give him room. He didn't take it. Whatever. 5-9, raise and take. I love this part of the game.
It's so fun.
This is why we try to build a stack or have a stack, just so at the end we can just take everything. But we don't need to give anyone else action. Anyone else raises, take it. You guys can have 1 out of 4 hands. Ali will take the other 3. That's fine. And at this point, let's just wait till you win this hand off Butters here with some barrels. At this point, you have more than double second place chips, and you have more chips than the rest of the table combined, which is the dream position, because it's basically like you're basically winning the tournament without having to play heads up.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's what real tournament crushers do. This they win the tournament before the tournament's over, and they let everyone else play for second place. Obviously, you need to get the cards and get the right positions to be able to be in the position to really abuse like this. But it's what you strive for. It's the value of having a big stack. Just that correct strategic adjustments is that no one's supposed to play against you. Right? They're playing properly. And it's just rolling over and letting you take everything. It's great. The power of the big stack. Limp with 7-3. Actually, you just want to talk about why you limped with the 7-3 instead of raising it. Like, I know it's because Butter's stack is short and you'd be priced in, but was there anything else to it that I may be missing?
No. The stack's just getting so short, and it's not like they're going to attack me light anyway. So I can just limp and I can just win a lot on the flop. So that's why I did that.
Yeah. Okay. And here's interesting because we're actually getting pretty good odds with Jack-5 suited. In fact, we're almost getting 2-1. But this is a spot where Ali does not want to bust Butters because that's when I'm serving it up for you to finish the sentence, bro.
Oh, yeah. Because ICM pretty much. Like, keeping him around and keeping him close to the same stack as 6B Scissor me is actually really important. Like, I ended up winning this tournament for 4K the other day, and it was like a very similar spot to this where I just had a big stack. And when we were 3-handed, I had like 50 bigs, and the other guys had like 7 bigs in spots. But like there was, and then one guy got shorter than the other guy, and I started giving that guy walks, and just keeping them all like, and like by the end of it, I had like when I busted the last guy, I had like the other guy had like 2 big blinds. It was just over.
Yeah.
It's a very similar thing.
Yeah, and it's that idea that you guys have seen how successful the stealing is, and how much money and how many chips he's picking up by stealing. But if he busts Butters and now the ICM pressure isn't there, the success rate of his steals will go down, 20, 25, 30%. When we're getting this much free money, we don't want that. So the more people in play, the better. Because at this point, if Insta-Justice busts out, he's getting 4th place money. But if we bust Butters, the worst place he's getting is 3rd place money, which isn't as big of a gap. And the smaller the gap is between your most likely case and your worst case, the less ICM pressure comes into play.
Can we talk about the Queen 6 hand where I have on the button?
Yeah.
So I min-raised here. Did you fold to 6 pieces or shove?
There's going to be like 330 in the middle. It's 100 more. 25. Sure. I think it would piss off Insta-Justice super much, but that's just even better.
Yeah, I was legit going to fold to just like 4 big blind shove, and I was like...
Sure.
It seems really weird, but I think that was the best play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny ICM spots, man.
Yeah, it is really fun. And this is like, I think it's the 7th layer of poker in my cash game crash course. I talk about the different layers of poker and how the tournament level is like the last one. Because when you put payout structures into the game, it just changes everything strategically. Yeah. But that it doesn't work without all the other layers before that. So this is really like the final frontier of poker is the tournament level. But you call it 10-3 suited.
Yeah, I was just like, okay.
Slightly
Now
better
I
price.
think it's just like, time to go with it,
Yeah. Okay. And then Butters gives you the walk.
which is great.
These 4s are going in the middle for sure. Oh, you get a 3-way all in. Cool. Can we show no hole cards? Or does that not work? Oh, is it gonna freeze on me? Shit, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god. No. Go show known hole cards and alright. That worked. I'm never doing that again. That was not worth the sweat.
Not a good idea.
So great. So what do you think about his call with ace-7 suited?
Let's see. Hold on, let me go back.
Like,
to that.
I think it's fine because he knows that as long as Butters doesn't win the pot, he still gets third place because he has a bigger stack. So it's like he needs Butters to win the pot and you to win the side pot for his hand to not be
and my range is literally 100% of hands because I would gladly double Butters up here. Like I would be very happy if Butters doubles up here and 60 suited like just folds his hand. It'd be a great spot for me. So like I have 100% of hands. Ace-7 suited does well, and plus he has more chips than Butters. As long as Butters doesn't win, his play's fine.
Yeah, cool. By the way, if you guys are interested in learning more about ICM, just type ICM.poker in the chat, and that will link you to a place where you can get some hookups for that. All right, so we're going to hide known hole cards. It's probably going to freeze again. And now heads up. So what are the payouts for first versus second? What's the difference that we're playing for here?
It's like 4K or something. Let me see real quick. Second 72, first is 11. So like 4,500 difference.
Okay,
$4,500.
So it's a pretty meaningful heads up match.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely playing for a lot of money at this point. And I just want to welcome all the viewers from Nananoko's stream who have tuned in. You're just catching the tail end of a hand history review. This was a 50K guaranteed tournament on America's Cardroom, U.S. friendly poker room. The buy-in was $215. Our star is Ali Imsirovic. He built a massive stack, blew it all away, came into the final table with 4 big blinds, spun it up, got the chip lead shorthanded, and then it went ham on everybody, stole all the chips in play. We're now heads up playing for $4,500, and if you guys want to catch the replay, it is available in the archives for our subbies, along with some other ones. But yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We also have some home games planned, some value-added games after, so the show goes on after the match is done. Glad you guys could join us. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. We will be fielding all questions after the final river card is dealt. So, pile in Queen 10. You could limp with this hand too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. I don't think I like min raising on that stack size.
Yeah, the only issue I had with limping is that I thought Instant Justice would be willing to shove really wide on me because I had such a big chip lead and he's already guaranteed second. So I thought just shoving was going to be the best play.
Yeah, it's fine. And so we limp in with the 6, flop a pair, bet for value. And you get put in a pretty tough spot on the turn, bro.
Let's see what happens.
You got
so
big
checks,
lick.
I bet. He calls, okay. 7. Okay, so have you seen this hand yet? No?
I mean, I watched it live.
Okay, well, in this spot, what do you think his check raising range is here?
Maybe some jacks, although he may raise smaller with them. I think it's pretty reasonable to think he may have a spade flush draw that opted to check call, check rip to maximize fold equity instead of just check raising the flop. Because he's more likely to fold out a 6 or a 7 this way than he is if he just check raises flop. I think you could possibly put him on some diamond floats that have picked up a backdoor flush draw. Same with like 8-9s. The question is, does he really float the flop with like 5-4, 8-9, diamond hands? I just don't know.
Right.
I know what he actually has, and I'm like blown away that he does that with that hand. What did you range him at?
I thought this was just full of shit. I didn't think he would have a jack here, especially by his timing. He like snap shoved on me on the turn, and I was like, this makes no sense to snap shove a jack here because I could easily be really wide still. Like the best play is obviously just to check call a jack on the turn, or like lead the turn. Just check jamming quickly with a jack just made literally 0 sense for me. So I assumed he had a decent amount of flush draws, like turn diamond draws and spade draws. So yeah, that was my thought on that.
Yeah.
Especially his timing. Like when someone just snap shoves there, like there's just no way you can have a jack.
Yeah, and the Sit and Go Pro, Spin and Go Pro P Boggs says turn bet isn't good. It's an easy check back. I agree somewhat as well. What were your reasons for betting the turn instead of checking? Because it is a pretty interesting spot.
I was just trying to get value from flush draws and like overcards that called them in down the flop. It could definitely be not the best turn bet.
Yeah, definite showdown. Anyway, whatever. We call. We river gin because Ollie's the best and ship the.
That's how it's done.
Ship everything. Oh, you had a 9 as an out too. You had like 5 outs.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah. Overall, man, I think you played really good. There were a couple folds that, when we didn't see cards up, we didn't know your hands were that strong. I like them. I like them a lot. A couple spots where at first I thought, oh, you should take this spot, and you're like, actually, I don't think we should because of this, that, and the other. And I think your analysis was real good. Thanks for doing the review with me, man. I think this was a lot of fun.
No problem. It was a lot of fun, and like it helps me like think like about poker and stuff too. It's like it was like kind of selfish in that way for me because it helps me get better as well.
Yeah, dude. Like we basically both just got 4 hours of extremely high level coaching from the other person while reviewing nothing but interesting hands because we got to skip through all the junk. Like in terms of like ways to study poker, since we were talking about that earlier in the stream, like it doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as the person you're talking with is someone you respect, who is knowledgeable about the game and has some differing viewpoints than you, that's where the magic really happens.
Yeah, for sure.